Hey everyone, it's Fiona Edgar here. First of all, I'd like to apologize about my appearance. I actually haven't been very well all week, so I'm still feeling a bit like garbage, but I really had to jump on quickly and make this video and discuss this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction that we have in the next couple of days. So it is in Pisces. Now, if you go look back at my previous videos that I have made, especially the one that me and Emily just made on our podcast there, we do not see this as something that's particularly good at all. So other people were saying, but you're the only astrologer that's saying negative stuff. Well, I don't know what other astrologers are saying because, well, quite simply, I don't follow any. But Neptune, first of all, is a malefic planet. We have to understand that. It is a super weird energy that's very difficult for us to translate in this very dense physical reality that we're in. So we have Neptune is also the planet of deception, illusions, propaganda. We're seeing all of those. At the moment, we have all kinds of endless propaganda against the Russians and this and that. I mean, I don't pay any attention to it, and neither should you. But we are seeing that. So the other thing is that everyone is saying, now this includes me, but I have been feeling under the weather because this Neptune-Jupiter conjunction is actually making a square to my own Neptune that I have in my birth chart. So I'm not feeling very good at the moment physically. But Pisces is a sign that makes you feel drained. You're tired. People are sleeping more than usual. It's difficult to get anything done during the day because a lot of people are feeling quite lethargic. Lethargic, very heavy. It's like trying to walk through a quicksand. So if you're one of the few people that's not feeling this way, it's probably because you do have some other transit. If you're wondering what the noise is in the background, my cat has decided to start tearing up the cardboard box that he sleeps in for no particular reason, just because I'm making a video, but he does have Mars and Scorpio. So sorry for the noise, but yeah, this feeling is really very weird. Now, I am someone who I feel like half of the time I'm in the other worlds, the rest of the time I'm here, living my life as Fiona Edgar. But I kind of walk a shamanic path. I do a lot of journeying. I'm very connected to the spirit world. But over the last week or so, I have been feeling like the strangest weird feeling, like I am living two existences at once or multiple existences. Now, I know about the whole timeline thing, like time is kind of an illusion and all of that, and we can live multiple lifetimes simultaneously. Well, so the theory goes, but I really have been feeling like there's like a murmuring in the background. It's like my ancestors. I feel like I'm not quite here. And I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. Now, this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction is... Pisces in itself is the bridge from our reality into the spirit world. Okay? It's the 12th house of the zodiac wheel. Now, when you have a Jupiter amplifies everything. It makes everything bigger, more intense. So the spirit world is really close right now. Now, back when Jupiter first entered Pisces, I think it was like December, I can't remember, but everyone was seeing all of these very strange spirits. The paranormal activity was off the charts. People were seeing these very strong, well-known archetypes of spirits. That seems to have passed now, but what I am feeling is this murmuring from my ancestors. It is my ancestors. They're the ones that speak to me. And it's like I'm living all of the lives that they have lived and this life all at once. Now, this has only been happening for the last couple of weeks, like I said, but I spoke to my best friend today, and she's, she's like me, she's pretty in tune with the spirit world and all of that. She's also on her ancestral path, and it becomes a lot easier when you're on that path. You get this, the gnosis and clarity about things. And she says she's been feeling exactly the same way. Even though I have been sick, it's very weird for me to be lacking in energy so much, and just feeling like I'm trying to walk through some kind of quicksand. So I did just want to jump on and mention those things in case you're feeling this way. Now, I do expect for everyone that we will be feeling a lot better after the 13th, 14th, when it starts to separate, this conjunction. So just to let you know, if you're feeling a bit weird, now I know all kinds of weird and wacky New Age astrologers have promised all kinds of stuff from this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. I don't know what they're talking about. Now, I don't pay attention, but space cats from Mars coming to save us, and, everyone will lay down their arms on the earth and become one. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Have you taken a look at the world? But also, when you're an astrologer and you're making predictions, you can't just look at the conjunction itself. You have to look at the other astrology around it. So we just had that very difficult new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron. So lots of ancestral stuff is being triggered right now. I feel like it's speeding up. There's something in, now, like I say, I'm not an expert in like timelines and all this. I don't know. But I feel like reality or time has started to really speed up. My ancestors are very close to me now, closer than they ever have been. And I feel like I'm having to heal very quickly a lot of this ancestral stuff. Now, why? I don't know. The astrology over the next couple of years does look quite dire. So if you do need to heal stuff, of course it is going to be quickened, because we need to get to that point collectively. So we had that new moon in Aries, which was going to be spicy anyway because it's Aries. It's ruled by Mars, the planet of warfare, conjunct Chiron, triggering all of those wounds. Now, the next full moon is square Pluto, right? So that is also some intense, dramatic transformation. So the astrology around this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction is not easy, it's not pleasant, but it is triggering something. Now, I don't recommend any form of healing for those kind of ancestral wounds apart from your ancestral path. It is the only one that works. You can try every new age thing, new age, fad going, but it just empties your wallet and you become more confused than ever, and you're also wide open to any kind of spiritual attacks because you have no protection. So working with your ancestral gods is really the only way that you can heal these things within yourself. So if you're feeling triggered, if there's a lot of weird activity around you right now, if you're feeling like you're not quite present in this reality, your dreams are all kinds of like very intense, it is for a reason. Now, that I don't mean to say that the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction is all bad. Like I say, I think things are speeding up so that we are paying attention to these wounds and also finding authentic ways to heal them. There are some good things happening right now. It's really only going to be in your spiritual life and your personal life if you choose to tap into those authentic forms of healing and spirituality that I just spoke about. If you're just glued to the news and all of the rest of the stuff, you're seeing the worst side of Pisces because it is all lies, Now, I did mention in the other video that I did expect flooding because quite simply Jupiter in a water sign will increase wet weather. And I know in Australia, for sure, that's one place where they've had some really bad flooding. So I hope that eases up after the conjunction separates. I'm not aware of any other flooding. But yeah, things are weird. Things are really weird. So you're not losing your mind. What you should try and do is to do your rituals. You know, I just did a ritual with Odin last night. Really tapping into your ancestral, because the gods are always seen as your ancestors, right? It was only with the, you know, when this Christian desert entity was forced upon the people that that separation between God and your own DNA and blood was severed. Because, well, I have no connection to the area of land that that god is from. It's not my god. It never was, and it never will be. But Odin, you know, walking the path with Odin and Freya and Thor, well, that's healed me emotionally, spiritually, and physically more than anything else ever has done. So embrace that path, you know. It's, you're entitled to it. Everyone is entitled to that, because it brings you so much well-being in your life. You still have your life, you still have bills to pay, you still have arguments with your kids, but it makes you a whole person. Success comes more easily to you, happiness and abundance. And I think that that's something that we all could do a little of right now. So that is my suggestion to you. Of course, you could do a ritual on the day, you know, of the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, if you're not like lying on the floor, on the sofa, or in bed, because you're feeling such a profound lack of energy right now. I get that. I totally get that. Everyone that I know has been feeling that way. There's also a lot of confusion because it's Pisces, you know, Neptune. It's known for causing confusion. Where am I? What am I doing? What do I want to do with my life? There are a lot of people questioning that right now because, you know, the economy and all of that. But what I will say to you is that you can still find your dreams. You can still manage to make some of your dreams a reality. You know, not just with this energy, but in the rest of your life. So it's not all doom and gloom and awfulness. You know, we've always had horrible stuff that's happened in the world. Now it is worse because we have technology being used as a weapon against us, but only if you let it. I know that you can't be completely anonymous, and I do realize the irony of me recording this and putting it on YouTube, but you get the idea. Exit it as much as possible. But the ancestors are very strong right now. They're speaking to us. They have a message for all of us. What is the message that they have for you? Well, if you can't tap into that directly, what I would say is just give them some offerings. Incense, wine, you know. Always do it under the protection of a god. You know, for me it's Odin. But give them some offerings, make a connection, tell them that what you need from your life, what you need from them. They will give you their strength. It's the strongest energy that you can get from anything is your blood. Your own blood, your own DNA, your own tribe. So, but these, like I said, I do kind of feel like I am living these lives of my ancestors. And this one, it's just so hard to put into words and describe. But, you know, your ancestors are there. So listen to them, speak to them, heed their message. They speak to you in dreams. They speak to you when you do rituals. Through other people. There is magic there that you can tap into, but not if you're going to be overly fixated on all of the kind of garbage that we're all suffering through at the moment. But hopefully we'll be feeling a little bit more energized after this conjunction. And then, of course, Jupiter is going into Aries in May, which, yeah, it's going to conjunct Chiron and probably increase conflict, but you're going to be feeling less like floaty and dreamy, and you know, like you can't get stuff done and you can't focus on your physical reality and your physical self and your home. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today, is that Jupiter